Okay, let me check if the voice is actually working, and then we can start and get ready for the next actions. Start going through the requests that we had for this week. I cannot hear anything. Maybe it's just the voice. Oh, it was just a delay. Okay, there we go. So that should be working fine. And let me just post the live stream link here, and there we go. Yeah, what up? Just posting the link for a couple of places so people know to join. I'm good. How are you? Okay, so we did DXY coverage for patrons. Just was it yesterday, I think? And now we have quite a few things to go through. Let me see the request from Patreon first. And then we can start going into it. Check the ES because I was taking a long setup here. And of course I was not. For this whole hour I was just AFK. And now it's come back. It's eaten my profits quite a bit. But I feel like I just set my stop loss down here. It's going to be fine. Actually, I'll just add another alert here up top and set that stop loss. Just a moment. I don't want to be losing all the profits that I had there. So give me just a moment. Bull run soon? maybe, who knows, Bearish scenario gonna play out. Which asset you against talking about, ES or Bitcoin? Minutes, can you take a look at link? Maybe at the end of the stream, no problems though. If it takes 2 hours to go through the Patreon stuff that I promised to go through, then no. Do you cover a link for your Patreon? I cover anything they ask me to cover, so that's that. And I keep I've now created a system where I go through the requested content during the live stream, and for new assets I go through with a specific Patreon video, and I try to get those out every few days so we can get along there and start creating more content for the patrons who are actually supporting me, because YouTube of course is not really giving me anything here and the viewerships are going down. So maybe that's on me, maybe it's something else, but yeah, that's that. So we had requests. Let's take a look at those first. We had a plug. I can't remember if I have done this. I don't think I have, so I'm going to be doing that on a separate video. CPRT, this is actually checked already, so this is what we were looking at. I have no idea when this was requested previously. I wish there was a way to know on TradingView the last time you visited a certain asset, because I have no idea whether it was in April or March. Maybe somewhere around here. I truly have no idea. But yeah, the overall idea seems like it is playing out. in which again we were kind of bullish on this, super bullish actually. It looks like this was again the bull count, and high time frame obviously is really bullish, some kind of a structure here as a 1-2 of super cycle in the 2002 lows. See how much did this retrace? 72%. That's quite a drop. And then another 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. It might be that this wave 4 is not done yet. Let's see if the bear count is actually talking about that. Yes, it is. So we were looking at this as a possibility for the bear count, where this was a W. Yeah, that's not really a pretty looking wave structure. However, we are very close to invalidating the idea that this is a 5-way structure, where you could be thinking that this would be a 5-way, but yeah, sometimes the structures are just not too good. The idea here is probably that wave 4 is kind of short in this higher time frame idea. If we are comparing it back to this wave 2, both of these are very, very short in time, which is why it's not really, there's no real alteration. Like we have alteration here, a flat here on wave 2 of intermediate, and a very fast, basically a dump here for the wave 4. Typically they are the other way around, but this works as well. There is alteration. However, at this point, this wave 2, if that is indeed that wave 2, there's no real alteration here. So that's why we were thinking about this. But it might be just something else though. Looks like at the moment that it is more over this 1-2, 1-2. Let's get some measurements going here. I mean, yeah, highest point on RSI is this one, so I think we need to be pivoting it from there. Let me see. Just missing the 0.6 on it on log scale and missing it completely on arithmetic scale. I don't really like this as a wave 4. I don't really like this whole structure at all. The other way of looking at this was that we had this as 3, then some kind of small retracements, and then another 3. That would fit the idea overall, but again, we don't retrace too much here. We don't even retrace the 38.2. OP back in today because of your analysis, made huge profits. Yeah, that's good to hear. Hopefully you can make those analyses and the decisions on yourself as well, or by yourself. That's the goal. But yeah, possibility here. I think this is gone already. I'm not going to be chasing this. I feel like, again, we had the chance of having this as something corrective, or at least here corrective. But again, we continue to the upside. We are creating, still on daily time frame, we are creating momentum highs, which is typically telling that we are not done yet. It could be that we are having this as a 1-2 still on a smaller time frame, and we are going off to the moons. Where we should have been looking for moves to the upside or trades is here and here, if we had confidence that this whole thing was done. I don't think there is much to add here. Sure, you could be looking for a smaller time frame trades here. If this is another 1-2, which I do think it is, because again, it can't be a 3/4 of this degree. Yeah, it seems decent. 1-2, and we are now on the, well, here on smaller time frame. For our time frame, we still have this as the highest high here. We have that divergence already going. I kind of would like to see this high to be taken out, so we could have a 1-2 here and the largest expansion here on 3rd of 3rd. So that would make most sense to me. But yeah, I don't really see an opportunity here at all at the moment. That's Copart. Hopefully MDG had or enjoyed that. MKL, I have not covered that before, so that's going to be another video. Atom. So Cosmos is going to be the next one. Here we go. So yeah, this Cosmos is kind of weird. This first structure over here since the lows of 2022 June was very, very weird. This was just a channel going up. I don't really like it at all. I've labeled it as a WXY. I don't really have a good count on it. WXY to the downside. YX is just because, again, of the retracement here. We don't tag the 85.4 or 90% retracement, so it's a WXY to the upside. And at this point, the expectation would be that we are creating a structure like that. This Cosmos is kind of interesting. I had no alerts on this one, but it did take out the liquidities that we had here, or liquidity that we had here on March 10th lows. And then we just pumped. I wonder if it is possible to have this as a correction that is done. Yeah, we do hit the minimum target here. But again, this is just horrible looking structure overall, right? Because this structure here, which is highest on RSI, meaning that is most likely finished there, is actually lower than this one. And that is definitely not where I would be looking for any kind of setup. I'm pretty sure there are way better looking altcoins. I can cover that in a Patreon again later on. But I don't think Atom is the one to look for a trade at this point. This is kind of impulsive though from the lows. It's hard to make a count for it. Again, similar channel that we had back on the 2022 June lows. It might be just a characteristic of Cosmos that is happening. There might be that this leg still needs a move to the upside where we are creating a 3 here, but RSI is not really liking that though. Yeah, Kenny, what up? What up? Just doing a stream here. Not much going on. How about you? So potential 3-way down here as well. We could have a expanded structure here, but at that point again it would need and require a structure like this to be done. Is that possible? Let's see the volume here. Yeah, volume is still here. There is some volume down here, which is interesting. So this might be an area where we could get stuck on. I feel like I'm not going to be looking into Atom more. I'm reviewing the Patreon requests. We have quite a few different assets, and if we have enough time at the end, then I can do some request ones from chats. But again, those are not really my priority at this point. But yeah, 3 here. I would like it to create something like this, and probably maybe the liquidity from up here, because we did not take it from here. So I'll just add an alert here, 13.5-ish. So again, I think that would be an area of interest. And then we come down, create this structure here, and then we are going to be looking for a pattern like that. Maybe it happens, maybe not, but those are the parameters I'm expecting to happen if I want to be trading this. If something else happens, I'm not going to be trading it. It's simple. Keep it simple, stupid. Tesla is next. Again, we covered this previously as well. There's a couple of different ways of looking at it. Potential wave 1 into or A, then 3-way pullback here. I think this looks pretty decent. We could be having B here or have the triangle in here. It is possible that this is already done. I already got in a position, I think it was here somewhere, or was it in here? Either one, I'm on profits now. And I am, again, this is a very long swing trade that I am having. This is again against these lows here. We went through this quite recently. We did not hit the golden pocket yet. Maybe not. Oh, we just might not. We hit the 1-to-1 here though. 1.236 and the golden pocket kind of lines up not too well on, but yeah. There is a chance that this is all over. I'm not too fussed about it. At this point again, it's kind of hard to say that this is a 5-way move. You can definitely label it as a 5. You could be labeling this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or, well, it could be easily labeled as a WXY as well. ABC here, X, and ABC here. So this whole thing would be a WXY. Dump, a small correction for it, and then upwards again to create another 3-way structure or something like that. It could happen, might not. At this point, this is a very important area for, I guess, bulls overall. If you're into SMC, you could be looking for this as a market structure change, where we take out the lows, or sorry, the highs here, take out the liquidity that is resting here, and dump downwards. And that is definitely still a possibility for this 5th wave to come down, and that would be ending the whole thing. That would be my expectation. Again, if you're more conservative, you could be looking for a move that looks impulsive-ish, and then get back on a retrace, easy invalidation at the highs, and that's it. That's Tesla. Short and sweet. Cool going to watch. Thanks. Yeah, cool. Thanks for covering, Adam. Yeah, good to see. What else did we have? Matic. I have Matic somewhere. Let me check the pink list here. No, not on here. Maybe the scalps. Matic here. Do I have the labelings in here? Don't really look like it. No. So we are going to go back in here. Sorry, I have too many folders here, or the lists. What these are? New list here. Just lists. Overall, we are in a decent looking correction. It could still be a wave 4. It's starting to get kind of lengthy. If we are thinking that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with an ending diagonal here, we could be looking for this as 1, 2, 3, 4, or that wave 4 is something like that. We came back to previous wave 4, which was this, and held it as a support. That is important. And then we went up higher. Smaller time frame. Yeah, this is kind of one of those that we kind of have to force this kind of count. We could be labeling this as an ABC or something here easily, and have, well, I don't know what this is, but it's kind of ugly. Or just 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. Works out both ways. Have to label this as a expanding diagonal here for that C wave. Again, not really happy about it. Let's see. On log scale, we don't even hit the 618. On arithmetic scale, we do. Again, some weird structures going on here. I have not even labeled those. And yeah, that's basically it. We have a move upwards. Can be labeled, I feel like, easily as that WXY here, like I've done. 3-way pullback. And then we are getting into the more interesting parts. Some of the coins, or all coins, are having this as more of a impulse rather than a complex correction like this WXY. I can't really label this into a 5 wave in here, unless actually I just saw something. Let me just make sure that it is valid. I don't know why I have not seen that before. Local bull, what is that? Neither of them works. Okay, cool. So I was just looking at this and I was thinking as this as 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Is there a reason I have not labeled that in? we do hit the 0.618, which again is the minimum extension that we are requiring for a running flat. However, again, it's not something that we could be trading. But this is definitely an interesting one. Expand the flat here. Or sorry, running flat here. No overlap between 1 and 4. Good that I visited it again. Let's see. And it's probably actually invalidated by this local low here just now. No, it's not. It's not invalidated because we did not take out the lows here. It's very close to it though. Just to be safe, we can be labeling it as a WXY. It's kind of interesting that again, Atom had taken out the liquidity from here, and some other coins have not, like Matic here. Let's go a bit higher time frame to see the RSI working wonders here. Move up. This is not good. Or this is not looking too good. 2 hour. Yeah, it's not really looking too good. Overall, 3-way structure here for sure. I think it has the potential of some kind of diagonal here. I think this is a decent structure here as well. I'll label it as an ABC. Could definitely be a WXY as well. I don't really care at this point. It is already done. We don't need to be worrying about that. This is pretty close to the golden pocket, I think, here. Just slightly past it. This first one was, okay. And then we consolidated a kind of weird count here. Look at this. We had a push up. We did not take out the highs after this consolidation at all. So this definitely has some kind of look for a triangle. RSI is not really agreeing with that. What else? Yeah, this structure here. It looks kind of impulsive to the downside, but the expectation here was a 3-way structure. So let's see, what do we have here? We did hit the 1-to-1, but this looks more like a 5-way structure than anything else. So it might be super bearish where this is an A looking for B and C. I really don't like the current count that we have here, or current structure that we have here. Again, that is very problematic area for many different altcoins at the moment, or many coins. Even Bitcoin is horrible. We have confirmed that this is a 3-wave since we have taken out the lows. It can't be a 5. We can't have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What else do we have here? A massive dump. Some kind of retracement possibly for it. 0.618 does hit it. So there is a chance that we are creating something like that. I just don't know how that would be part of this. Maybe just do it like that. And then create another leg with this one in mind to create this larger setup for that B wave. I'll just add an alert here on top of the 105.83. If it gets there, then I'm going to take a look at, again, not really else going on here that I could be seeing. Some kind of structure like that might be happening. Just add these guys back to here. There we go. Right, are you able to talk about NASDAQ? If we have enough time, then yes. I need to go and cover all the Patreon requests first, so might not be coming true. Could you please ES1? Yeah, I don't have that possibility at the moment either. I'll talk about NASDAQ and ES if I have the time at the end. If. Maybe not, but again, Patreon requests first, so keep that in mind. DDOG. I have not covered this, so this is going to be another video later on. Patreon general. I'll just go through the usual suspects then. So NVIDIA, have it somewhere here. We had the idea of having this coming down in 3 ways from the highs of November 2021. 3 ways here, and then this massive structure ABC. I'm not quite sure if I like that, to be honest. Like, it definitely looks more bullish than anything else. I'm not quite sure why I have it labeled as an ABC. Let's just, well, it's of course it is because we are not expecting this to become a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be basically a start of a new, well, can I say it? New bull run? I don't dare to say that out loud, to be honest. That gets people too excited. But yeah, this is definitely a massive extension here. This is kind of wonky, this whole count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or some kind of diagonal in here. It's not really deciding. It could be just a wave 4 of high degree as well. Let's get this out of the way and see what do we have here. Because we do have some kind of consolidation in here already. I'm not quite sure if I know what this is part of. I think we are still creating higher lows here, as you can see. High, low, and higher, high, higher, high. So there is a chance that this is some kind of a diagonal. Not a pretty one. Quite sure of it. But maybe. And of course, if this indeed is an ending diagonal, look at those divergences forming here. We could be in the very much of a verge of a, well, basically a collapse here. Retracement of this whole thing. That's never fun, is it? It's going to be probably going to be losing some jobs again. But it does not mean that this has to be a bearish count or a bad thing that we come down. There's a lot of support here, I feel like. A lot of volume here. Yeah, not too much actually here. Where are we here? Standing. 618. Not really favoring that too much. Yeah, I think we are very close to ending this. This is kind of just weird how this is looking. I'm not quite sure what this structure is. Is it part of this kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, or is this a wave 4 of this, or this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 like I have it? It could be that this here is just the wave 4 of this structure over here, like this, and we are going to be getting another leg up. 3, 4, and 5. How did I make it? Something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I think that is definitely a possibility. Let's label that in as a bull, because this is more bullish locally. We would be expecting one more high to be made here. And in comparison, this has been going so sideways that we might have some kind of liquidity grab below. Let's see, where do I have this alert at? I'll just add another alert here. Log scale. Yeah, it doesn't matter here. Might be some consolidation, weird action, taking out the lows when people are accumulating it somewhere low here, and then we push up for the last fifth. And if we are comparing that here, of course depending on where and how low this wave 4 comes to, but we could be looking at basically all-time highs here. That is bullish, really bullish. And then of course what we'd be expecting is a 3-way structure down. that is not taking as long as this whole structure. There is a chance that this becomes an A, B, C, where we finally do get that partner leg for this structure afterwards. Take out these lows here of October 2022, and only then expect that bull run of higher time frame to come. Multiple different ways of looking at it. There's nothing I can say that makes any of those most probable at this point. We have to just wait how this plays out. But if this is going to be getting a fifth leg here, it is to me kind of saying that we're going to be having some kind of correction, and then we want to be going long here, because this move is going to be where we're going to be making money here again, and that's going to be could be lasting quite a long time, a year almost. How long has this taken? October 2022 and May 2023. Yeah, 200 days. So it's quite long already. But yeah, potential setups later on, of course. Netflix. Rid of that. What do we have here? So we had that weird looking structure up in here. I'll label it in 3 waves. We had potential move to the downside in 5 waves, it looks like, and then we had again this potential 5 wave here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't really like it because we don't have like good divergence here. Did I have any counts labeled in here? Short position. Yeah, this could be a short position for sure. It's kind of hard to label this into maybe it is just something like this as a WXY up to the 1.618, like a 3 wave here, 3 wave pullback, ABC. So we would label it WXY overall. The wave Y is super extended though, so kind of not, or kind of the reason I don't really like it. This is super weird as well, because the expectation was here that we were coming down into an impulse after this point. We could have this as 5, 3, 5. That would be an ABC retracement. 3 down, 3 up. So again, you can see it is very corrective overall. Very corrective. Yeah, it doesn't really seem like it is any kind of diagonal either. Doesn't have good look to it at all. So it is possible, I feel like, that we are going to be getting some kind of structure like that. The lower it gets, the more probable, or the more possibilities it has to stay out of this top. And that way we can still have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Let's see if we have already bottomed. 1-to-1 expectation would be already beyond here. So again, I kind of like the idea that we would be creating a larger structure here. So 3, 3, 3. That would be a 3. However, this is already higher. So I think we might create another leg up here and then dump. I'll set an alarm here beyond these highs. Again, that is the target for liquidity grabs. And let's see what our extensions are. 336 would be probably a good area to look for short setups. Of course, we need a 3-way structure similar to this first one here. So I think we might need to come down a bit first and then go up. Maybe that would be the ideal position here. So I'll just label it in, or draw it like that so I can remember. And that is definitely an area of interest. And then, of course, we could be looking for this move up later to create a structure like this. And only then we would be able to get a partner leg to the downside here. So again, pretty much in a very complex structure here. there's so many different ways this can go the other way around. This could be just rallying up higher. We don't know that. But this would be the expectation that I would have if I want to be trading this. Again, it is harder to trade this complex structure than anything like this. But again, we want to be trading with the trend, which is this one to the downside at this point, at least locally. So that's why I was looking for trade setups here. Of course, higher time frame from the 2022, well, June's and May's here. We could be looking for a structure to the upside here once we have created this leg for here. So even if this is corrective here, we are most likely going up higher. But that's Netflix. Meta. Let me get a drink here. What was it? Meta? Yeah. Oh my god, what is going on here? Massive. Is the earnings here? It was. Estimate 27 billion, it was 28. Okay. Sometimes I don't know, these are just so random. I hate these earnings. Every time they are creating these pumps and dumps. Look at these earnings here. Earnings, yeah, revenue. Because I don't understand this. Here we go up with earnings coming down and revenue going up. And here earnings coming down, revenue going up, and we dump. Who knows, dude? Who knows? I'll label this as a 1, 2, 3, 4. I was so quite a long time out of Meta at all. Don't really like it. We have a massive gap here now that I feel like might be just worth looking for a potential short here. I feel like this is actually, I wonder if we have it like this actually, because this being a wave 4 now seems like it is kind of weird. 1, 2. This structure. Yeah, it's not really simple. Not simple at all. I don't really like the labelings here either. Let's see if we can get anything going here. Super overlapping here though. Maybe this is probably a wave 4 of something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is potential here. So wave 4 of something here. Is it this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then we are not anywhere close here. So I do think this is a wave 2 based on RSI here. This is a wave 4 of something as well. But it's just hard to label it here. See the extended hours. Wow, look at that. Perfect 5 waves. Just perfect. Really nice. I don't know what this is. I can't explain it. We still have that divergence here overall from 3rd to 5th. But we don't have divergence here. Let's see. Did we get an extension here on 5th? Oh, that was so close though. Let me just try to fix this completely. I think that is the high here. That is probably the low. This is the low where we're measuring. There we go. 1.6 when I tagged to the dot basically. just like a 20-cent difference or something here. That's interesting. 1.61 is again one of the targets for extensions on fifth wave, comparing it to the wave 1. So I think something like this is the correct way to label it. That fits very well. Kind of sad we don't have divergence here, but again, this could be, yeah, it still looks like it is consolidating somewhat here. So I can't really look for short setups, right? Because this looks like it is very overlapping. This looks like a 3. This could be a 3, maybe 3, and maybe we even get one more high here. Who knows? What do we have here actually? Okay, there is a chance that we have a 1, 2, 1, 2 here, which we have not yet done. This would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that is interesting to me. I'll add another alert here on top, because that is where we're going. And generally we don't want it to come past the previous wave 4 lows. So I'll add another alert there. If it does, then I'm not really too interested, unless it just grabs the liquidity from here and pushes up for that fifth wave. And if it gives us a possibility here, something like that, take the liquidity, make a push, come down, consolidate a bit, and then we are off, ready to go to the moon again. So I think that is the idea here, that this is not finished. 3, 4, and 5. I think I'm happy with that at the moment. Let's see what these all are about. Yeah, this was the expectation previously already. This is already done, or it's not good. Yeah, these are super old labelings. But yeah, that is that. I like it. I like it. Why is these shifted over? Close enough. There we go. But yeah, this would be definitely an interesting area to look for short setups once this is done. Tesla we already covered. Bitcoin is coming up next. Already covered this in video. I really don't have a good idea here at the moment what this is doing. Same with ETH, I covered that on the same video. Not really expecting too much to happen here. ETH is a bit better at this point. I would be interested in looking for short setups up in here, around $2,000. Then we have this fair value gap here though, which could be filled, and that would come up all the way to the 786. Probably would be something like this as a structure. We'll see how it comes down. The only alert I currently have here locally is the low of this, where we could be looking for a structure like this to happen. Grab the liquidity from here and push up higher. And that's based on this pull as well. This is again an estimate. If we just grab the liquidity from these lows, we could be getting to the golden pocket here. Nothing else. But I think that is the only thing that I can say on ETH and Bitcoin. There's a chance that this is indeed a 5-way structure or 5-way structure coming down. Bitcoin is not really liking that too much. This has gone up so much here. It kind of looks impulsive. 1, 2, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 maybe. Extended fifth, hey, maybe. But this again looks very impulsive to the downside. So kind of confused on this at this point, as it does not really look like it wants to follow up on anything, any of the moves. So yeah, that's that. I'll just, the only trade I would be looking for is this here, and long here and short here at this point. No Bitcoin trades at all. What else do I have? Solana. I think this is one of the more interesting ones at this point. Again, some of the bullish ideas here for sure. Having this as the start of something. Very unlikely it is part of a corrective structure. My bias is to the upside at this point. The question is when is that upside going to happen? A couple of ideas here overall that I've shared already on the Patreon group, where this would be a WXY to the downside, and this B would be done, and then we would have this as an a 1 2 1 2. Probabilities are not there because again this retracement here is with expanded or running flat, sorry, which is more rare even than a running or expanded flat, which again is less probable than a normal zigzag that we are expecting in wave 2s. So again, not the prettiest one. Also we have come down in most likely in 5 waves of some sort in here. Again, I'm not going to go too detail in here, it's kind of ugly, but there's a chance that this is indeed a 5-wave structure coming down into the lows, and yeah, we could be looking for a structure that does something like this. At that point again, if we break through these wave 2 lows here, it invalidates the idea that this is a wave 1, and it does, in my opinion, looks decent as a 5-wave move. So the other option is this one. Again, same A, but instead of B being here, this would be the start of that structure. A, B, 3 waves into A, 3 waves into B, and then looking for that C wave here. Could be a WXY as well, but overall I think the best ones, or best idea currently I have here is to look for shorts to the downside, and that this is the start of something new. At this point we can take a look at some targets here. This is kind of weird that we have not taken out the liquidity that is lying up in here. I was expecting this to be some kind of diagonal here at the end. Let's see, 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 3 4 5, maybe. I don't think this is part of it anymore. Divergence here. Yeah, that looks good as an end. So I think this is an A wave, then we'd be looking for B and then C later on. I'm going to be setting an alarm above these highs here, because to me that looks pretty decent. On ETH again, we were expecting a move downwards to take liquidity before we are going to go up, right? Where did I have ETH here? Yeah, it was, we're looking for 3 ways and then up. On Sol it's a bit different. Where we are looking, I don't know what this is. It can't be a structure like that though. So, maybe it is a structure like that, and then we get a retracement here, then move up for that B wave. But again, this is so impulsive to the downside that if it takes out this high, we don't have a structure like that. Yeah, it's not the best. It's not the best. But I'm more interested in shorting this than anything else. Also, we don't have a RSI high created here either, so it does not really seem like it is an ending of something, or at least that would be part of this structure. I don't really know what this is though. On ETH we said that this was the 5th. I mean, it is possible 3 here and then 5th, and that would be the wave A. Maybe that is the right way to look at it. 1 2 1 2 3 4 5, A B C into 4 5, possible I guess. And then we'd be looking for that low like we do in ETH, and then pump up higher. Yeah, I think that looks decent. We still have the alerts here. I might not want to be looking into trading this though. Let's see. This does not really, I mean, it could be a diagonal here. There's no overlap here, which is again something to consider. There is slight divergence here, so maybe I'll just add an alert here, and this is the area of interest here. So 38.2 for me would be the most interesting first area to look for longs, and of course it could be doing like this and up. I like that. We just need to talk it out once in a while here to see what we would like. Again, it does not need to come down to the 38.2, which is why I'm not going to be setting a buy limit order here. but if it does, I want to be alerted. And if we are going to be getting a three-way structure like so, then I might be interested in going long. But that's Solar now. Let's take a look at the next one, which is ADA. Who are we? What do we have here? I think ADA was on the pink list here. Maybe ADA USDT P? No. ADA. Nope. No. There it is. Okay, there. So there it was. So daily time frame. Get some really old labelings here. Again, this is just more local structures. Could be a WXY or 5 waves. Can be labeled both ways. W would be like this. A wave would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This was the shorts that I had for that B wave. Again, at these highs, 1.382, 1.236, matching perfectly, and we got that retracement or moved downwards. And it has potential 5 waves coming down already. It's possible that we're going to be retracing a bit, which allows us to have another setup opportunity. But yeah, this is very similar now to all the crypto that we've been watching. It's kind of scuffed how this looks. Not really a fan of it. But yeah, if we take out the highs again, I might be looking to add into that position a bit, or open a separate position on a different account here, and then look for that 3, 4, 5. The target here would be the lows of this A wave here to create a ABC here. WXY is still possible, like we had it on Solana as well. If we take out the liquidity just here, 1 to 1 would be here, 1.618 would already be quite low. 2. Let's see the fifth wave here. Yeah, this fifth wave expectation would be 2.236, which would already take out the lows of this. So we kind of need to be careful where we want to be looking for longs, but definitely set an alarm here below this liquidity level around 29.73, because that is something that I think we need to be coming down to if we want to be moving up again. And I think we need to be moving up to create this kind of structure here, to get this structure apart and leg upwards. So that's that basically. And then Phantom is here as well. Very similar. Phantom is one of those that allows though us to have this as 3 wave, which does not require us to have a start of account here. Let's see, yes, what is it doing? Okay, so this is doing fine then. What on earth is this? I think I might need to be taking some profits here, because I have no idea what this is. Because this could be a 5th wave here. So I was playing the 4th wave here earlier, based on this long setup here. But how high can this go though? I'm not going to be greedy, I'll just take off something here. Give me just a moment. Yeah, I'll just close half of the position, because I'm expecting it to be a 5 wave here, and I'll leave the stop here as well. Leave the stop here. Maybe I could bring that up, because if this indeed is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, we should not come back below here, and it is super retraced already. Huh. Let's see, what do we have on smaller time frame here? Wave 4 looks decent here. Maybe this is probably areas of previous wave 4. So we had to stay here. Took out the very tiny liquidity if there was any. And then up. We took the liquidity down or up from this double top now. So there is a chance that we just plummet. It might be a bit more strength here. Oh. We'll see. yeah, I'll leave my stop loss here. 41 or 52. I think I have it already set up. Yeah, that should be fine. That should be fine. Decent gains here. What were we doing? It was Phantom, right? Phantom, yeah. So yeah, as I mentioned, this was a 3-wave possibility where this has the chance of being a end of something and not only the start of something, like on Solana, for example. So again, the probabilities are that you should be looking for the coins that has this as the more likely option as the start of something, instead of a structure like this, where this could be basically a correction of previous structures and then we just dump downwards. But again, the good thing is that we came down in 3, which again tells us that, okay, might be something else going on. So what do I have here? I don't think we did take out the liquidity since my stop loss, or not stop loss, but this alert is not gone off. Or have I actually? It has taken out the low, but I had, oh my god, I had the alert here set wrong. That's nice to see. But in any case, some kind of A, potential B, not a diagonal that I've labeled, because again we took out the highs. So A, B, C, however you want to be labeling it, 3 waves, 3 waves, 3 waves, and then looking for 5 waves as we have taken out the highs here. We did tag the 1-to-1 extension here with this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, the only way we can be basically labeling this as 5 waves at the moment is something like this. I don't think this looks too good. No, it doesn't. Goes beyond the 1.6 minutes. So here, this is a 3-wave structure, and probably is the way for, if you want to be bearish here, as this as a 5-wave structure. This again was the dump that we had, 5th wave. This could be done. It could be done. We took out the liquidity that we had here. We had a pump here. Let's see what kind of pump we had. Not very convincing, to be honest. Can be easily labeled in 3 waves. 3 waves, 3 waves. Is this enough of length here? No, it's not. Which might mean that we are going to be looking for a partner leg for whatever this was. So maybe 3 here, and then a structure in here. Yeah, looks decent actually. Are we around the golden pocket here? Just missed it, just slightly. We had a pretty decent wick here. So we took out this low here, grabbed the liquidity that was left there, and then maybe I might be looking for something like this here. But the issue is that this came up in 3. Or it looks like it has the good probability of. So even if you had the stop loss here, it does not mean that it's not going to be taken out. Because if this was a clear 5-way move here, then we could be pretty confident that it's not part of anything. If this is a 3-way move, we can create a 3-way move that takes out the low and does not invalidate any kind of structure. It can be creating an expanded flat here. That's annoying. I kind of wanted to go for a long setup here. But to be honest, I do like the idea that this is coming up. Liquidity up from here. I want it to be taken out here. 45, 34. And then looking for a retracement here. That would only be the 38.2. I feel like time-wise this is very short if it is doing it. Yeah, it would be just 23.6 something like this. There's a chance that we are going to be creating a more complex structure here, getting towards the golden pocket and the 0.5 here, based on time at least. Monday starting here. So yeah, this would be after the weekend here. Monday, Tuesday, Monday. Somewhere here around opens New York again after today close. I mean, there is definitely enough time here, right? Yeah, that looks really proportionate. Yeah, but we have alert set on here. We have alert set on here. If one of those hits or alerts us, then we can take a look at what is going on. Not going to do anything here during the stream here. What else do we have? So that was the last of altcoins here. Then we had indices. Someone requested that earlier. Evan, yeah, if you're still here, let's take a look. So again, we had the idea that this was an ABC. We came down in 3 waves, unfortunately. We did tag or close to tag the 1.618, but then took off like a rocket here. This was not alerted anywhere, I just took it because, again, it looked decent as a possibility for a wave 4. We do have that divergence still, so there is a chance that we are going to be coming down soon to correct this. And at that point, again, I would be looking for long setups here. I don't think this is part of anything previous to it, but there is a chance for that as well. Let me show how. I think I have it here. Do I? No, that was the better idea that got invalidated. The idea is that we have a structure from here, something like that, a WXY count, or an ABC. Does not ABC overall, does not really matter, but ends here. And at that point, we would have a structure here. Like, let me get rid of all the counts here. A structure here looks decent. Structure here looks decent, and then a 5. Again, a start of something new. So whether it's an ABC that ends up in here, has a 3-way structure and a new 5-wave, or this is part of something new, or part of something. No, I can't have a part of anything. Right? Yeah. This was the again. It would be part of something new. I don't think this is part of anything old. It would be kind of weird to say that we have a structure like that. I don't like it. I don't look. Let's see. Yeah, it would be possible, but then we would have this to compare against here. And at this point, again, this is so small that this being a B wave and then C wave, similar to the size of this first structure over here, kind of ugly. I'd much rather have it like this or like this. And this, again, fits very well into that WXY count that we've been talking about, this wave 1 here. However you want to be labeling it, does not really matter. We would be looking for at least one more high. We could be even having more bullish structure here, turning this into a wave 1 of a wave A of that wave Y. Hopefully you can get past the labeling spot. Yeah, some kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into A, 3-way pullback into wave B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into that C, into that wave Y, completing this whole structure. And yeah, then it's time to come down. It's time to come down. Dow Jones is completely different though. This is super bullish. I've already created videos for this, but I wanted to get along on this for sure. We never got back to the 38.2, which is again the minimum that I want to use for any kind of a structure. So there is still hope for this to become a wave 2 or wave B. where even if this was a 5-way structure up, we would be looking for 3 ways back, 5 ways up, and then this whole 3-way structure here would be part of a larger flat here. And then we could get below the liquidity that we are having now here. And that would be meaning that we are moving up. Higher time frame again, B might be done. It might not be done. For this one overall, I would be expecting this ABC, or that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So C wave of this ABC. Those are the two options. Again, if it just moons here, it's unfortunate we can't have a trade. I did not get to a trade set up because we did not hit the target, minimum target for me. So kind of unfortunate. This has been the best looking indice for a while, but there is still a chance that we might be getting it if we come back down here. I'll just set another alert here above the previous or current highs that we have here locally, so I know what is going on there. Nasdaq. I'm not really sure about the count overall here on Nasdaq. It's been quite a weird one. Sure, you could be labeling it like this as a diagonal. The issue for me though is how much larger that this second structure here is. You can see it is clearly larger than the first one. So again, based on the original LA webbook, we should have the first structure here to be the largest on a diagonal, at least on a contracting one. Of course, there is a chance that this becomes an expanding diagonal, which again, this last leg should be larger than this one. And based on the original book, again, that is the only possibility here. However, we are looking at this kind of structure currently with the trend lines. It does not really seem like it is expanding, does it? It is contracting. So we can even look at or check it with the channel here, and we can see that this trend line is going up away from the channel. If it was, or if the price came down here and then went up, then we could see the expanded structure here a bit better. But at the moment, it does not seem like it. Locally, I think this was a really nice opportunity here. ABC expanding diagonal, again, I had to use it here. Unfortunately, does not really look too good. I did not get on this. We had this as a very decent looking extension. I think it was the 1.236 here. Yeah, hit that to the dot. And then we went off in 5. Actually, looks like Nasdaq might still need that one more high here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, what was the ES doing? Let me bring NQ here. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So, Nasdaq actually has its low in here. So it has a potential of having one more high here to be made. So it would, yeah, it would be a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, yeah. So that's why it kind of looks like it needs one more high here overall. I think I'll set another alert there as well, above this high, because I feel like that is, what's going on? It needs to rate this if it wants to have a fifth wave here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It kind of is weird, this wave 4 here. Not really. I don't think this large of a structure could be part of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Maybe it could be. But ES looks like it is finishing up soon. I mean, it could just moon. Who knows? But yeah, that's that. Russell, I'm not really a fan of it. Again, while the other ones are creating 5-way moves, Russell is just stuck on this 3-wave here. I was looking at this earlier and it's still on the very much more of a bearish side and extensions. If he wants to be more bullish, we would have to wait for it to hit the 1.618 here. And he has been least bullish of them all. Again, we are very close to the lows that we had June 2022, where in comparison to the most bullish, which would be Dow Jones, September 2022 lows are so far away from here. Again, it's 17%, while Russell is, let's see, where's the September lows? September, October, yeah, somewhere here, 6%. So yeah, you can see how much worse the small indexes or small companies are doing here on the higher time frame. Just comparing the indices. But those are all the indices that I wanted to go through. Let's see if I had something else. Where did I have a list? Watching ideas, here we go. And then the sector ones, I'm going to be saving those for the Patreon, I think. If you guys have something else for me to cover, let me know. I got a some time here left, so I can take a look at a couple of first ones that you mentioned here. I'm asking this again since again I don't know who is in here in the chat anymore. Just looking at, just make sure that ES. Yeah, it's too large here. Is everyone AFK here on the chat? Maybe. Maybe. Well, if there's no requests, then I'm going to call it here. Again, if you enjoyed it, let me know. Throw a like on this live stream again. And yeah, that's it. If you want to educate yourself, check out all the links in the description. And yeah, that's all. Thanks for watching and see you on the next live stream. Bye-bye.